Yo, that's that same shirt I saw LeBron wearing, man. What was that?
Same exact hoodie. The same one.
It's the same, bruh. Why I ain't got a hoodie like that?
You got to work on the movie. It's exclusive, man. You got to work on the movie.
What movie, bruh?
The LeBron James movie coming out next year. It's called Shooting Stars. It's based on the book.
See, ain't
okay.
It's a lot going on, man. I keep a lot in the reps. I give a little bit out at a time. I'm humble, so I gotta, you know what I mean?
I mean, if they watching this, I can see that it says your name is Alan Michael Harris. I googled it.
Mm-hmm.
They say you ain't but 32 years old, an upcoming actor from Camel, Ohio.
Yes, sir. Soup City. I'm a Soup City boy.
Okay, then. East side of Youngstown is what that's called, but you could call it Campbell. That's cool.
Right.
La La Land, baby. La La Land.
Tell it, bro.
So, welcome to another episode of Reign ReMixx, a new series, Stranger Than Fiction, with our special guest, Alan Michael
Harris.
Yay.
Yes, it is a pleasure to meet you because we always like to be. I'm gonna say this is your first interview, right? But you know I'm talking about like exclusive interviews, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I know that we blessed to be one of the first. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. One of the first.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on the show. It's an honor.
So tell us, are you allowed to tell us anything about the film at this point?
Oh yeah, well it's it's actually a lot of different movies in play. That's just my major one because I have a speaking debut in this movie.
Okay.
And that came just off faith and believing and sacrifice because I actually quit my job to go film this movie for 2 months.
Okay. So you had to make a big decision.
I had to make a decision. I got a phone. I was a manager taking care of this the disabled, making like 17, 18 an hour. I got a phone call and somebody said, "Hey, what you doing for the next 2 months?" I said, "I'm working." He said, "We got an opportunity in your lap. What you gonna do?" I had to make a decision. I had to make a decision.
Right. Sounds like you made a good decision.
How long ago was that?
That was just probably in July, June or July. It just happened. It just happened in June or July. I was taking care of my guys, my disabled guys. I didn't want to leave them. You know, I just became the manager and I loved them, but you only get that knock. You only get that knock once, baby. They said it was an NBC Universal movie, LeBron James movie. And you hear that, you was like, wait, what? LeBron James executive produced it. The movie was based on his life when he went to St. Vincent Mary, when he played with the Fab Five.
Okay.
And then you look at the roster of the actors that they had in this movie, and I mean, you know, Caleb McLaughlin off Stranger Things, Lucas off Stranger Things. He one of the hottest up and coming actors you can even think about right now. You know what I mean?
Okay, and that's true. That's correlated with Stranger Than Fiction. There's the correlation. There's the correlation
right there. Ain't that weird how that go? Ain't that weird how that go?
Right, you know right.
Yeah. Khalil Everidge, he another one off Cobra Kai. He up and coming, big. You know, just working with a lot of guys that grind their teeth in this business, trying to make it, shaking their hands with them every day, laughing, playing with them every day. Treat me like I'm an equal. I'm just humble to even have this hoodie on and have been a part of that.
Okay.
Wow. Hey, so when did you just finally realize that you was gonna go into acting? Because you did several commercials. You know what was the this is what I'm gonna do for real? Not when you quit your job, like you first auditioned for your first commercial. Like what gave you the encouragement to do that?
Well, it's funny because I had been I've been grinding for 20 years doing this. I was never a paid actor. People just believed in me and told me I had juice and that I could do it. But you hear it all the time. You can be an actor, you can be whatever you want. You all right, whatever. But after a while, you get older, you got bills to pay. And if that acting ain't paying you, you ain't grinding like you want to grind, you gotta get a job. You gotta pay them bills.
Right.
So the sacrifice, I stopped acting for a while. And so the opportunity came back around when I see my big cousin, Michael Anthony. I seen Michael, and Michael was doing it. and I wanted to be a part of that. So I reached out to Mike, and Mike put me in a group, and I fell back in love with acting immediately because of his style. I mean, dude is a savage. Mike is a savage. I had him on the show. Y'all know. Y'all know. Right. He helped develop me. He gave me this confidence to be in these different roles. And so that's how my first actual audition came about. My first actual commercial came about. It's for Warner Ladder. And that was my first official paid job. It was my first official paid job. And it was a safety video at that. It was a safety video that was all over the website, and they took pictures of us and stuff. And guess what? 1 became 2, 2 became 3, and that's just how the story goes after that. And now you got people asking me, "Is that you in Home Depot? Is that you in Lowe's that I see?" I say, it just might be. If that's Warner, baby, I'm on it. I'm on it somewhere.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. They're using the material. Okay.
I'm trying.
So this isn't something you stumbled over, but you more took the opportunity when it came.
I took it and ran, but it's really funny the way.
Describe like that.
You still there? Say it again.
No, we listening. I was asking. Go ahead.
It's funny how life works out though. Just 1 minute you could be in a position to be so happy and think you got everything, and then all of a sudden something can happen and you can realize you was actually sick. And that's what happened with me. I had a family. I was doing good. I was working. I was playing on the side, if you know what I mean. And it's because I had issues. I had depression. I had PTSD. I was mentally messed up and I didn't know about it. But it took me to, lose what I had to realize what I needed to do. I was at suicide. I wanted to take my own life because I didn't think I deserved to even be here. And that was about a year ago. So it actually took me to realize that I'm meant for something greater, that I can take acting and put it on a different platform, because mental health is real. Mental health is real.
Right. We deal with that. November is Hip Hop History Month. So we've been talking about Ye, and he has a platform for mental illness.
Scary.
And he spoke of how he doesn't even want to go in there. He don't take the medicine. The part that he shares real. Because I got friends who like, not, we don't want to tell what they have to do to make sure that they stay sane if they ever do have to go into the hospital. They be doing experiments on you. So that's how I describe it.
Yes.
These different medicines. And what I've heard, just testimonies just from interviewing people. So I'm glad you shared that with us, because that's major. That's a major topic.
I wanted to make sure to sign that platform. I got this platform not only because of what I want to do in my life, but because of that. I struggle every day still. But I know I got a destiny. So I struggle, and then I have faith that I'm going to make it to the next day. And then I get a phone call or I get an email saying, "Hey, submit for this." Mm-hmm. I mean, so let's count. From suicide in last August, September, to where I am now. I've done 6 movies, wow. A TV show, a game show, 3 commercials, and I just take flicks if somebody needs me to take pictures for a print or something. And that's only this. It has been a year. It has been a year and a half, almost 2 years. Come on. Wait, see me in 5 years.
Right. Yeah. That's good. And what is you have goals?
Yeah. So it's like, right now, it's trying to find a fine balance of making money, staying afloat in the acting business, and trying to keep your head above water. I ain't gonna lie. My landlord just texted me 2 days ago saying, "Hey, you got to quit paying rent late, because I'm struggling in that building." And I told her, I said, "Look, I can go back to work full-time and you have your money every first, but I can't act." And she said, "You know what, baby? I understand what you're doing. You good for it. Keep doing what you're doing." I got people that believe in me. My mentor, I didn't have a vehicle. I was missing gigs. My mentor had a car sitting at her house that needed some work. She gave it to me for free. She said, "You can't miss your gigs. You gonna be something. You got to do it." It's a strength of people who believe in you. Right. I mean, look at your show. 1 subscribers turn to 2, turn to 200, turn to 300. If you believe you can do it, it's power.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is, especially with your testimony. Because I keep seeing all them doors opening for you. And I love them stories, how you got your car. those evidence of faith, believing in something not seen and receiving it. That is really a good testimony. Keep on telling that. And I'm glad you came on the show, because I was pretty sure we do it properly. Don't know nothing. We finding out more as we asking genuinely.
Definitely. That's a lot of people are though. A lot of people are.
I keep looking down at my paper and I don't see 6 movie titles.
Because so when you look at IMDb, some of those I have to register those myself. So I can name a couple. I can name the 6 for you if you want me to. That's no problem.
Yeah, please do. My curiosity wonders.
Okay, so I've done work for Netflix, Peacock, Paramount, and then NBC, obviously, because that's LeBron, that's Peacock. So so we go back to September. It's called White Noise. That's the movie with Adam Driver. He's also Kylo Ren from Star Wars.
Okay.
I worked with him on camera. Again, in the acting world, you do what you do, you get paid. You don't know if they cut your scenes or not. I know I was in the movie a whole bunch. And people seen it and say, hey, you somewhere in it, we know you in it, we seen you in it. So that's one movie. I did Rustin. Rustin was, oh my gosh, that was a experience out of this world, because it was based on civil rights. So it was so in the acting world, when you're doing something that you background, we run the movie. We run the movie because every time you see movies and shows, you're looking at the people in the back to see if it look real, right? So when we doing civil rights,
it's an important role. It's an important part of it.
It's important. And so when you step on that set, you got to know that you just as important as anybody else in this movie. Don't undercut yourself. So in a civil rights movie, it was funny because we would do a scene. And so I was walking on the street and it was these 2 ladies walking towards me. They were 2 white ladies. They had their purses. They walked by me smiling and I mean mugged them, and I kind of, did the move like, oh, I don't know, y'all, like get the flinch to them. And so after they cut, I said, hey, come here. I said, no. I said, you got to be scared of me. I said, you got to clench your purse. This civil rights, baby. What you doing? And it's little things like that. And I mean, I didn't know these ladies. They was older than me, but I wasn't trying to belittle them or tell them how to do their job. But listen, when you step into this role, it matters. You got to be different. People, you got to stand out. That's what got me my speaking role in the LeBron movie. That's what, because of my grind. Listen, I live in Pennsylvania. The LeBron movie was shot around Akron and Cleveland and different areas around here. I drove back and forth every day, Monday through Friday, back and forth to that movie set. I didn't get paid a whole bunch of money, no big boy actor money. I barely was making it. They fed us a meal. I got there, we got done late night sometime. I barely was making it home, falling asleep on the way. That's dedication and grind. I got videos and everything. Once the movie dropped, I'm gonna put it all out.
Sounds good, exciting. Right. And so tell us
the rest of the movie.
Right.
Sorry. So Rustin was the civil rights. I worked with Chris Coleman Domingo on that, and Chris Rock was in that as well. So that's I mean, come on, say any more to that. And then we go to a man called Otto. That's Tom Hanks. Talking to Tom Hanks on set. Him. Okay. It's just the level of the actors and the people that you meet on these movie sets. It's so overwhelming. It's so overwhelming to you. But then if you put yourself in a position and say, hey, I'm one of you, then it turns into a humbling experience as opposed to being like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? It's like you're supposed to be there type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So we got a man called Otto, Tom Hanks in that. So then after that, I got the shooting stars call. So I went and did that. I did Shooting Stars, and that was 2 months. Soon as Shooting Stars was finishing, Caleb McLaughlin, he was jumping over to a horror movie for Netflix called The Deliverance, or maybe it may be something else. I don't know. Excuse my language, working titles. You never know what it's going to be called, but it's a horror movie for Netflix. So he jumped over to that, and a couple of us walked right over to that set too. We got the emails, and they let us know, hey, if you want to work on this set, this is what's happening. It was a blessing of God. At that same time, so as they call this in this business, it's hard to be a working actor. You can be a working actor or a big time actor like The Rock, making big boy money in your sleep. Once you're a working actor, you get the emails, you get the calls, and people are like, hey, what you doing tomorrow? You want to come work? I got this. So that was happening for me. I worked on Mayor Kingstown. That's the show with Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye. That's on Paramount. That's one of the biggest shows out right now. Mayor Kingstown. Worked on that with him. At the same time of doing a horror movie with the Deliverance. At the same time, simultaneously. It'd be like Monday through Friday. I'd be doing 3, 4 here and 2 there and trying to make it. Jumped off of that. Jumped over to I totally forgot. Sorry. Jumped over to this one we just did. If you ever seen the movie The Big Lebowski, the show Fargo,
Yeah.
did that. Fargo, yeah. The Coen brothers made those movies. I just worked with them. I just worked with them about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, doing a movie that's coming out in theaters.
So what cities are you doing filming in? Are
Pittsburgh,
they still on location in different cities?
Yeah, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Akron. I mean, you go where it takes you. I mean, a lot of stuff though. So they do locations. They'll do some here. They'll do some there. Like Rustin was shot in Washington as well because you needed that Washington March effect for Rustin when they did the MLK March, Washington March. You needed that effect.
Yeah.
So that was shot over in Washington, and then some of it was shot here. We blessed to get movies that want to even come and get a little piece of the area. Pittsburgh is booming so much right now.
Right.
They actually threw $100 million at us for the movie industry. $100 million. You know that what? So they built a $7 million studio there.
Crazy. We just interviewed a friend of ours who has their own independent film channel, Aruka, and they're growing from out of Pittsburgh. And I was just telling them how so much production began in Pittsburgh because I think Mr. Rogers or Sesame Street or somebody is filmed in Pittsburgh. I'm just giving examples of
No. Guess what? You good. You know why? Mr. Rogers' studio is in Pittsburgh because that's where we filmed Summer Rustin at, actually. We was in Holden over there. And come back full circle again. I did a game show in Mr. Rogers' studio as well called Signtastic. And that game show was about sign languages, and it was about being deaf. We had a deaf interpreter who would do sign languages, and we had to learn like 150 to 200 sign languages. And the game show was based on that. And so that's right now in the market to be sold. I'm sure that'll be picked up, and I still got to pay for that. The opportunity is ridiculous. You just got to get it. You got to have a sacrifice. I got multiple hustles. Listen, I donate plasma twice a week to make my money because I got to make my money. I got to.
Yeah,
I'm hustling.
Doing that, what makes you feel better, what makes you happy because the day's weird too. There's so much going on. But I think a lot of people are coming into that new that perspective of their selves and how much time you have left and using it wisely. That's basically it.
You have to
go either or direction, especially with mental health. And it's like you have to make that choice every day. I'm starting to line up to what you're saying, even on that. You have
every day.
That's to the audience too. You have to every day. It's not going to be easy.
No.
Right? No. So it is not. You got to constantly remind yourself, have it written down around to reprogram. Really,
oh yeah,
it's what's going on.
Goes around others that claim that you know them. You know when they ain't having a good day. Don't be afraid to ask them what's wrong. And if you feel it's too much for you, call somebody else. People are important.
Yeah. Right.
And
the video audio. Plus, it was still on. So, no, and we back.
Yeah.
I think the sound is still the whole time. Hold on.
All right, but I don't know what happened.
Hold on a second.
Mm.
Okay.
Who are you?
All right. I think we back. Can you hear us?
Are we aliens?
I can hear y'all.
Okay.
Is we doing something we shouldn't be doing?
I don't know. I said the wrong thing, I guess.
Did we say something we shouldn't have said?
Woo!
I told you once you start talking about mental health,
We just got shut down.
Who are you?
I was just about to turn up too.
All right.
I think we back. It's okay. I know it is.
Yep.
Hold
I
on.
can hear y'all.
Okay.
Is we doing something we shouldn't be doing?
I don't know. I said the wrong thing, I guess.
Say something we shouldn't say. Okay. All right. We don't know what happened, but we fixing things now. Yay or nay, somebody said,
All
and the thing said.
right. Have some.
This show is called Stranger Than Fiction. We can't make this stuff up.
No.
Some stuff happens to us. We call it paranoia. Not like or nothing like that, but it kind of be like kind of stranger than fiction.
Right. Because I was asking you a question. I think I'm going to try it again. You know sign language, because I will use sign language. Do I need to do that? Because I'm going to say it one more time.
Just to prove her point.
Yay or nay?
Yeah or nay what? Sign language?
No. Kanye or no Kanye, on your opinion? These are some of the questions we've been asking our guests. Hip hop culture specialists, you know, it's Hip Hop History Month, and it's and no choice is a choice.
I mean, I feel for the brother. He don't. I mean, the stuff he talked about, the stuff he don't done is it's just. But that's, you know what? I'm gonna have to say yay, only because being in this business, I understand. I mean, not to say I would do what he did. You not to say I would with my mom or nothing. I mean, that's nuts. But it's just sometimes it's that burn, that fire in you burn to keep you up at night because you know you're meant for something greater. So it's like, what do? I told you, somebody knocking, an opportunity to come. What you willing to do for it?
Right.
I feel bad for the brother. I feel bad for him, but he ain't the first person and he won't be the last. That's the scary part. This industry eats you up. Even the jokes now, you know that. I mean, it's jokes now about what you do for your Hollywood roles, for your movie roles. People crack jokes at me, you know, because that's how the industry is talked about. It's never you earn it, you know. It's you earning it, you know.
But you a La La Land dude from the Camel Soup City. Them dudes don't roll like that. Not them 30-year-old cats that I helped grow up.
Well, he a testimony, period. He just paved his way how he paved it. He said it how it went. You know what I mean? I don't know. I start to realize
with the career I want and where I'm going, I can't be just doing whatever I want, if you know what I'm saying. I got one daughter, one baby mom, I don't want to just be out here because I have a reputation. I still have a reputation. I'm still a man of God. I still want to be able to say I'm a family man, that I did it right one day. So yeah. I got a journey, I got a path to where I'm gonna get to. I was supposed to be doing New York Drama Academy back when I was in high school because I got that scholarship. But I don't think I was meant for that yet, because I would have went there in New York, and imagine a 17-year-old kid getting ate up in New York. Listen, I worked at Walt Disney World. I was 17. I did that instead at Walt Disney World, and that was crazy. I got ate up there. It changed me, but 17 on your own in Florida is, it's a different experience.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Anything you want to share about that experience?
Disney was different. Disney was different. They number one for a reason. I tell you that. They number one for the world for a reason. I told somebody the other day when they was doing my hair and makeup for the movie, and she's talking about Disney World, and I said I was in a class on how to smile for 4 hours. Mm-hmm. And they said, what? And you laugh at that and say, no, they closed the door. And listen, I'm probably gonna I might get shot after this. He's talking about this. But telling the Disney secrets. It's true though.
That's my little cousin.
They never work for
VIP listeners. Our viewers VIP, so.
Oh, okay, I love it. They number one for a reason. They put you in a room and have you smile, do scenarios. They teach you how to smile, and it's called a Disney smile. You got a certain point you got to do when somebody asks you for something in the park. It's the little things. If you ain't got enough magic, as they call it, you get sent home that day. And it's just a smile, and it's scary. But they run it the way they run it to be number one. You can't be number one, you get people slacking off. Let's be for real. You gotta keep everybody in line.
Everything gotta be on point.
Everything gotta be on point. So that changed me. That was a different experience for me. But I think this movie thing came full circle. Everything came. I did a 717 credit union bank commercial.
I saw that one. Okay. He had a speaking role in that one.
I had a speaking role in that.
They showed the tattoo and everything.
It's funny. It's funny. Yeah, you see that? Okay. You understand that tap being shown is a big thing because they ain't showing. They don't care. Cover the tats up. Get the makeup, cover it up.
Not that tattoo.
I was on set. I ain't had to audition for that. They called me and said, hey, what you doing? We got something for you. When you start getting a little bit of pull, people start liking you, even a little bit. Like your work respectable. Hey, what you doing tomorrow? You busy? I need you to work on something. I need you to do this. How much you pay? What's your rates? Stuff like that happened. My mom called me. My mom called me at like 10:30 at night screaming with my little brother on the phone, like, oh my God, I saw you on TV. Screaming. I'm like, what? The big commercial, we saw you after the news. The news was on and it came on right after the news.
So you don't even know really when they gonna come out? Like they are soon, but you don't really know, like, commercial drop after the news today, like rappers.
See, I never know. I guess what? It's funny. I still have not seen myself on TV yet. I've still not seen people see me on TV, see me in Home Depots. I still have not seen myself on TV yet.
Yeah, okay. I ain't no cap. I seen you at Home Depot. I seen your 717 commercial. That Warner thing was plastered everywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh yeah. I do warehouse work. You know what I'm saying? They know you, my folks.
Anytime you see that Warner ladder, just know I'm affiliated with that name and that face. So that's why I also try to keep my name clean. That's the official ladder for the NCAA. And it's funny because you got to manifest what you want. So from that first Warner job, I worked on it, and then I didn't know who they were. I had no idea what I was doing. I did a job, I got paid for it. I did my research after that. I said, who these folks? Who these folks? I looked. I seen an NCAA commercial. I said, what? Every time after the Final Fours, the championships, they use a ladder to cut that net down, don't they?
Yeah.
Real tight on that ladder, they show that Warner sign real nice and big because that's the official ladder for the NCAA. From that first gig I did, I said, I bet you I'm gonna get me on a March Madness commercial at some point. I manifested. And then the 100th anniversary commercial came around. They needed a black guy, a Spanish guy, a white guy, because you got to have minorities. Guess what? I was the black guy there. And that was big. 100th anniversary, March Madness. That was huge.
Right. That is.
Wow.
Nice experiences. The climb is
excuse me.
He said Tom Hanks.
Wow, that was about the
Tom Hanks. Coleman Domingo. Coleman Domingo's from Ma Rainey's Black Rain off Netflix.
Worked with Mike Warney. You worked with the directors of Fargo.
Fargo. I was background on that set, and he was giving me direction. I didn't know who the guy was. He said, "What's your name, young man?" I said, "Alan Michael." He said, "I'm Ian, sir. Nice to meet you." And I'm like, "Oh, that's the Coen brother right there," in my head. But it's a level and a star power. I mean, listen, I don't even want to brag. All those guys are wonderful, but one of my favorite actors. You ever seen Paid in Full?
Mm-hmm.
You know who Ace Boogie is. You ever seen Remember the Titans? Julius. You know who Wood Harris is.
Right.
Wood Harris is in Shooting Stars. He is in Shooting Stars. It's funny. I watched the Kanye West documentary a couple days before I worked on that, and then I seen him in the documentary. So then when I talked to him about that, he was real. He was cussing with me, BSing with me, because Wood is as real as they come.
Mm-hmm.
When we finished and we rapped, everybody wanted pictures. They wanted to shake his hand. They wanted to talk to him, get pictures with him, photos and videos. I didn't want none of that. I walked down to him. He shook my hand and he hugged me. And I said, I thank you for having me, man, just for giving me some knowledge for me to be able to watch you. He said, "I'm proud of you, brother. I'll see you on the next movie set."
Okay.
It's little things. It's just little things like that. Caleb was on one set with me. We shook hands, all of us. We played. I wrestled with these guys. We laughed. We joked like brothers. And then go jump right onto the next set. And he see me sitting there, and he walked past, and then I just said his name. He jumped up like, "What's up, bro?" Gave me a hug, took a picture with me. I'm supposed to want a picture with him. Take a picture with me, put it in the group chat for the boys to see. It's humbling to work with so many people that you watched over the years. And it's a lot going on in Youngstown in the area and stuff, but
right.
I'm at the point to where if I'm not getting paid, I can't do it. And I don't even mean to be like that.
Right.
Because I'm humble and I'll do something if it's Christian or I really, you know what I mean? But like acting and give up 12, 16, 20 hours when I can go work or make money because I have to, I pay child support. Listen, they in my pockets every other check. If I ain't paying them, they sending me stuff in the mail.
Man, let's go a bit. So Stranger Than Fiction. You're not gonna ask Stranger Than Fiction?
I'm like, I don't know how strange or fiction he thinks.
So out of these three, pick one. Aliens, pyramids, or slavery?
Probably slavery.
Slavery. So does your family have any history of slavery? Do you have any proof that your direct ancestors were slaves?
They've never talked about it. It's never been a thing that was brought up. I mean, I'm sure probably at some point, but not to be funny, but ain't we still a little bit going through a little slavery still now?
It's different, definitely.
It's different types.
That's one of our Stranger Than Fiction questions. It is. Do you have proof or even a story that was passed down to you? Like you said, nobody talks about it. That's not something that you have knowledge of. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we ain't talk about that. In your opinion, is the earth flat or round?
I mean, see, it would have to be round. It would have to be round, obviously, because of all the water, the body of the water. And then you got to think gravity, the way gravity is up in the space, it holds it all together in the ball form. I believe in atoms and newtons and all that stuff. So.
Right. I scratch that. With that being said, why can we see the moon in the daytime?
I know it's weird. It's so weird because it's the rotate. They say it rotate. It's weird.
That means it ain't that far, huh?
But wait. Wasn't we taught? We was taught in books, in the I want to say propaganda, but in books that the sun was in the morning and the moon was at night. Mm-hmm. So my question is, has the sun and the moon always been doing that movements is doing now? And we just didn't pay attention because they said the sun is in the morning and the moon is at night? Because now you see them both in the daytime.
I think
and
it's always been like that. You just never paid any attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we believe what they want us to believe. Because society programs us. I'm telling you, it programs us. Same thing with the COVID and everything happened. I got my shots because I have to. Because for acting, it's one of the requirements for me to be around the stars. But if we start talking about that, everything start blowing up because half the world think it's real, half the world think it ain't.
So you got vaccinated. You got vaccinated. So you got vaccinated.
I had to.
So did you get any reaction from it?
Nope.
So you took it well. Do you have more of them boosters?
Yep, I got the boosters and everything. Oh, like I said, it's one of their requirements to act is we can't be on those sets next to big stars if we are not, because COVID, listen, they will shut you down and you be done for months. They relocated different shows that I was on. I can't speak on it from one spot to another because of COVID was all over run rampant. So it's that serious to where you can't be next to no big star shaking hands or talking or laughing or nothing. No. Oh no. You need to see your card. You got to be vaccinated. It's big. It's just big.
I can dig it. So he said earth round.
The earth is round.
That's what he said. Hey. I'm rolling with Alan Mike.
He came with his evidence and his reasons. He came with
I got 6 movies about to drop.
So a lot of controversy is gone.
City.
There's been a lot of controversy with going on. It's so controversial. It's many different parts of it. And again, this is dealing with Kanye, right? I apologize. Yeah. He now wants to be called Ye. Yeah. I apologize. I have to keep bringing this up, but it is one of the stranger fiction questions.
Come on, Ben.
Are Black people in America the real Jews?
Ooh.
Part of them. Or how do you feel about that?
In what sense, though?
Right. In any sense, because look, now I'm gonna put my 2 cents in. But
you gotta remember,
no, we don't know. We have a lost history, so to speak. But then that's again falling under what they want us to think. The doctor, right? They tell us y'all history is lost because. All right, so I'm done. I'm not gonna have a whole spew of it because it's really a good question. I love how you said.
Yeah, because he well educated. You know, I ain't gonna say somebody less educated would have ran down the street trying to answer this question. You know what I'm saying? Are the Black people in America the real Jews? Demographically.
So let's say religiously. Let's answer that with a educated answer and say religiously, according to the story. If you're aware of that, you pass to feel me, but you know what I mean. In your opinion. I mean, because you might have read something, or you might have felt some certain kind of way about that whole
the Gentiles.
I want to say no. I think. See, it's crazy because you kind of gotta watch what you say in this sense, not to offend anybody, because the same thing like what Ye said. See, Ye got so much money, and yeah, they taking that from him too. When you got money and power, you can say what you want, and the consequences gonna happen. But do you really care? So it's like if you go to say something, and the Jews don't like it, then it's like you gotta walk it back now. like they doing Kyrie. Kyrie don't messed up, but okay. And the same thing I said, Kyrie was on the fine line because he had that vaccine, so that he was already walking a tight rope. He was already walking that rope to say, "Hey, you doing what you want right now, breaking the rules. So what you gonna do for us?" And then he went and talked, and he spoke his mind. And now look,
he spoke his mind.
And I said, I didn't say he was wrong or right. He spoke his mind. We allowed to have an opinion.
I can't ask him. Why you want me to ask him that? That's too much.
Stranger than fiction. Stranger than fiction.
You asked me.
I already said it was jokes and things about, I ain't going into that. What's the strangest thing you had to do on set?
Nothing. Nothing that I probably get in the hot tub because that was part of the scene. It wasn't. I had my clothes on, bathing suit with guys. It wasn't. They was filming. It wasn't like we was doing anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm bigger. I ain't. These cats got muscles and they built like football players and wrestlers, and I ain't built like that. So I wasn't ready. I wasn't trying to be around millions of cameras built. But at the end of the day, guess what? I still got on set. I was still in the movie, with my clothes, with the bikini on, whatever, cool, shorts, all good. I don't care. That's probably the strangest thing. I don't hear stories.
That was a good answer.
You hear stories and stuff, but stories gonna be stories. I ain't never nothing like that happened to me. And even so, I know guys that have gotten roles that ain't dealt with none of that. So it may be a certain place that happened, but it might not be around here, maybe in bigger markets, but
Okay.
Hell, don't they do that? Don't they do that? Don't they do that at regular jobs anyways? They bosses begging staff anyways.
Right. That's why you just asked me because hey, and you had a good answer for that.
From stage plays with Mike Forney to playing in movies executive produced by LeBron James. It's been a pleasure.
Yes.
I probably got some personal questions I want to ask, because some of that stuff, the left side of me wanting to ask you, I probably should ask you on the air. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen, where your baby at? Like that. Where that little girl at?
She living with her mother because in Ohio, if we aren't married, the mother gets full custody immediately. So that's one of my struggles I have every day too. I cry almost daily because I miss my daughter. I see her, but when you see your child every day, sometimes ain't enough. Black fathers matter. We do. We ain't don't whatever they say about us that we ain't here and we take it back. Don't believe that. Listen. That's a human. Humans do that. Period. No matter the color. I miss my daughter. She on my forearm. That's the only tattoo I got is my daughter. That's her name on my arm.
And I knew that when I saw the commercial. When I saw that tattoo, because I know that tattoo. I like, look, they even showed this tattoo.
Yeah, she with her mother. She with her mother.
I didn't want to ask that type. I got more of those type of questions.
That's okay. You
How old is the baby now, bro? How old is she?
She'll be 3 next month.
I'm saying this ain't some 17-year-old little girl we talking about. This talking about a 3-year-old baby.
But that's also why I got to do what I got to do, because I don't want her to think that I was just some bad dude. Daddy had issues. Daddy had mental health. It's funny though. Whenever I'm on set, I'm not depressed. Anxiety don't pop up. I feel like I belong. So I think a lot of mental health is finding where you belong and what you want to do and what it is that takes that depression away from you.
Yeah.
It's weird, right? Right?
That's a good message.
That's strange.
Stranger than fiction, baby.
Yeah, it is.
Oh man. So as you were saying,
not like y'all go quit y'all's jobs and go do what y'all like to do what you love to do, but do that, man, because I love doing this right here, and I ain't gonna cap, bro. We took a little break, and things ain't been the same. So here we go, another season. I probably want to say you probably our 5th episode.
Keep grinding, baby.
It's just a never-ending cycle. You keep doing what you're doing. That's gonna make it more available for when we get ready to hit you back. We got more stuff to talk about.
And then when I blow up, I can always be like, my family, you know what I'm saying? I came on their podcast. They was the first people to reach out to say, hey, shine some light on what you're doing.
Right.
So I know where I'm going. Listen, I look out for my folks. I look out for me.
Right. And we gold diggers. We be looking and we find the treasure. We find the treasure, don't we? And we do like to just go with the flow with no intentions and impromptu when we do our interviews. It worked for us well. We always blessed to meet somebody new. And that's what I like about our show, because most people looking to see a face they know or it to look some kind of certain way, and they don't get none of that over here. But history is being laid, and I know in the future people are going to look back at these shows and
that's it.
Like, well, damn.
Well, look at there.
Well, damn.
I should have been watching.
Okay. And so I'm so excited. All right, then, Mr. Harris. And anytime you got something you want to say, you need a platform to say it on. Family, we family now.
Okay, what you got merch? What y'all bop? Y'all bopping shooting stars teeth? What?
Like I said, I get exclusive stuff off set. They give it to me on set at some point, maybe.
Hey, bro, fly me and I can be your extra. You know what I'm saying? You get your
at
role.
some point, that's how I go, man.
Yeah, you get your role. You be like, yeah, coming up here, he go sit in the chair.
That's how I go.
You know what I mean?
You got to stand in. You got to start somewhere. Hey, John Wayne was a stand in. That's how he started.
Hey,
the stand in role. That's it. Stand in role get you the opportunity to get that speaking role. That's just an upgrade, baby. That's how you got to do it.
Right. Y'all ain't hear me say went from stage plays with Mike Horn, right, to doing executive produced movie, getting a role. Hello. Yeah, man. What's up, man? Alex. Yeah, this is LeBron. I'm doing a show about my life, bro. Yeah, high school ball. Yeah, I want you to play in it, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna get you a couple $. Don't worry about that. I got you $. And we're gonna eat every day. Yeah, but I got you. We're gonna eat every day. All right, I'll see you in Cleveland.
It ain't happen like that, but it's close. Hey, but first movie I'm in come out on Netflix on December 30th.
December 30th?
Yeah, it's like next month. It's already a trailer out for it on Netflix. It went through the film festival, #1 in the film festival. It got Adam Driver in it. It's the Adam Driver movie with Don Cheadle in it, and it's called White Noise on Netflix.
We was just talking about Don Cheadle today. See?
Look, Stranger Than Fiction. Again, another one.
So since we're talking about movies,
you got a great actor name too. You already know
that. My mom did that. My real name is Alan Michael Harris. My mom did that. My mom did that.
Like Alan Michael Harris. In the next Oscar,
my mom did it.
You might not know him. We're gonna get the Oscar.
She told me when I was born. She named me that off of God and Light. It was a guy off of God and Light, off of that show that she named me off of that.
You see, in this year's 2023 Oscar Award goes to for the best role in White Noise. Ooh. Alan Michael Harris.
Oh, I love it. You gotta manifest it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's give some shout outs so we can continue this day expeditiously and keep this vibration we got going up. Like I know our viewers will enjoy this interview.
Hold up.
Shout out.
Next set you on and they talk about merch. You holla at us, bro. For real. We make merch. No, I ain't trying to get none of y'all's merch. I ain't trying to get none. We make it.
Okay.
We could have made that shirt.
I don't know how much LeBron would charge or whatever he done, but it's in there. You can figure it out. We can always figure it out.
Right, we're gonna do some gear for you. So you can have
I can do it. That sounds amazing. And I wear it around, and just like now, you obviously see me. I'm wearing what I got on podcast, on Facebook, so I wear what I get. So
upcoming actor. He needs his own Versace line of Alan Michael Harris.
Okay.
You know
and people say, you look familiar. Do I know you from somewhere? And I said, I was doing such and such. And she go, oh my God, you was in that commercial. I did see you.
Okay.
We got it. He do his own commercial.
And now you know you're gonna see yourself on TV too. Now that you spoke it, you go walk past TV and be like, okay, first watch, it's gonna happen soon.
We're gonna move Sean John right out the way. You know what I'm saying? We putting Alan Michael Harris line up in front of Sean John. That's how we're doing. We're gonna give Versace to make it. You know what I'm saying? And Kanye gonna be mad. That's how.
Don't get into it again.
Slide there, man. Off the chain. So what? Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Yeah, go ahead and get your shout outs, and we're gonna ride out like that this evening.
I think it took me off. Did it take me off?
Nope,
you over there.
All right. I'd like to shout out.
Still on. Just chilling. We just share the screen.
I need to shout out y'all for sure for looking out for me, for doing this for me. Mother, father who pushed me to be better, to be greater. My mentor for sure, who looked out for me, gave me my vehicle. She always in my ear telling me, best decision from wrong decisions. Right. Two special people in my life, the Beagles. When I remember me and my mother got into it and I got kicked out and I didn't have a place to go. And they said, don't worry about it. Come here. You got a place to stay. They gave me a couple months to get myself together. I can text them right now. So I need gas to get to a movie tomorrow. They'll send me $50. They'll send me $100 because they believe in me. Michael Anthony, shout him out because without him, I don't even think I would be in the situation I'm in right now. Shout out the whole Goon Squad. Shout out Chip Banks.
Okay.
Yes, that's really Chip Banks. Y'all know Chip Banks.
Yeah, DJ Chip Banks.
That's more family too.
Right.
I've always had good mentors and good people to look up to. Family right here, Unc right here. He always been good to me. He had a brother, Jamie. Jamie was one of my favorite humans in the world. The reason I smile still to this day is because of who Jamie was and his heart. I was a little kid and I just saw a big man with a big smile. And right from that moment, I felt welcome.
Wow. So, all right.
Family is everything. You gotta love your family. I love y'all.
Love you too, Cuddy. Wow. He tried to make me cry.
I know. I know. We love it. Family, baby. That's how it is.